Hello and welcome to day 14 of the Cornwall 500 News. I'm Steven Webb, your news anchor, and you may recognise me because I'm wearing red again. So, I put a little bit more time into this now. I've been out starting off a banger rally and all that today. It's been a great day again. I haven't been on the road so much, but I've just got home and yeah, here I am. So, yesterday we done Sennin Cove to Penzance and we done 18.6 miles and we're now sat at 317.8. And like I say, the points make all the difference. I worked it out. It takes me about 8 minutes to do 1 mile. So each point is about a minute and a bit. So yeah. Right. Going back to, I want to show you some footage. So thank you to Neil for coming out with me yesterday and doing some footage. How awesome is that? That's me. Towing a helicopter. If you're going to see Cornwall, take a helicopter, they said. It'll be quicker, they said. Oh, come on, that's funny. That's hilarious. And just while this is going on, I want to say we've done a brand new TikTok account, the Cornwall 500. So if you're on TikTok, you have to follow that. There's a wicked first video on there. That's Porthcurno Beach. We made it down there. There's something interesting about Porthcurno Beach. The Minack Theatre. They've got really good access and all that now. So, and now I am back on the road again. I thought I was on the wrong side of the road then. Of course I'm not. What else did I put in the newsreel? There I am racing the cars. Do you know what? It sounds... Oh, we found a stone circle just outside Lamorna. I did look up what it was for, what it was about and where it's to, but I forgot. So I apologise for that. I'm going through the little villages. When I'm in the chair, it seems like I'm going really fast. But when I look at these videos, like, yeah, you're not. You're just crawling along at a snail's pace, avoiding all the potholes and the drains and the... But these roads are a real pleasure. Because they're windy, they're up and down and all that. And it's like, it's just really nice. And the more just in from, what can you say, the coast, it tends to be the smoother and nicer the roads are. I think it's just because less people use them, to be quite honest. So I put this one here because you'll notice I'm keeping the van behind me because I don't want him to overtake me. But I put my arm out here to show them that I'm pulling in. And then let them pass. So yeah, I do a bit of traffic management while I'm out to keep myself safe, really. So let's go to the photographs. And the very first place we started off, Sennin Cove. And I've included this photo because they were so enthusiastic. You know, Rachel and Ellie. Just checking I got their names right. Rachel and Ellie for the Capstan Round Gallery, and she was so excited reading about it. It's like, oh my god, this is a brilliant idea. How cool is this? And Colin, the owner, I believe, phoned me today when I was out and said that this is brilliant. We're going to have to look at what other plaques are around. He's already put it on the door on the outside, and like he said, he wants people to be able to scan it whether they're open or not. And that's the spirit of the Cornwall 500. It's not about just getting people into your premises. It's about just connecting with each other and connecting businesses, connecting stories and culture and history. Like I say, I love connecting the stories more than anything else. They put the plaque on the outside of the door to the Capstan Roundhouse Gallery, Sennin Cove. There's a picture of it inside. So there's me. I had to get a lift up the top of the hill from Sennin, which is understandable. As me and Ted setting off for the day. And I had James and little Koa joining me. I suppose my son-in-law and little Koa. She was so good all day. She has no idea that in 10 years' time, yeah, you went on the Cornwall 500 with your granddad. It's like, yeah, don't remember it. And there she is, really happy again with Kemba, my daughter. So, moving on. And then we went to the communication centre at Porthcurno. That, I thought it was just a little hut, but it's not. They've got a whole display and they've got a bunker there. And it was instrumental so much in World War II for keeping the communications open between the UK and the rest of the world. I just noticed, I'm not sure what face I'm putting there. But they've got, so I'm definitely going back there. It's one of those places that I thought it was just a little hut and a cable. It's not. They got so much there. Really interesting stuff. So definitely going back there. And that was Susan and Julia. Thank you for your hospitality. And then there's a great big squid outside. You've got to have a photograph taken. But this is enough of my proud granddad moment. She was more interested in the gadgets I had on my chair that tells me where I've been, where I'm going. Then we got down to the RNLI little post on the Porthcurno beach, and that was Dale and Jazz collecting for the RNLI. And they were saying about they had Coldrose come out, they believe it's Coldrose, for a search and rescue. But they could not land on the beach to help someone with a broken leg where the RNLI was in attendance. And the air ambulance was a smaller air ambulance, so it could fit on the beach and all that. So they all work together so seamlessly, and it's really important. So that was an interesting story. But the thing about Porthcurno Beach, and the story about that is, and that's a view from the Minat Theatre, is it's the very first call out the air ambulance did back in the later 80s. So there it was. I don't know why I'm used to, like, there it was, and a phone call come in, and they went flying out to Porthcurno Beach. I suppose it's like that. But yeah, that was the very first call out of the Cornwall Air Ambulance. So there'll be a plaque there in the coming months that will have all of that story. And there'll be many more. Then we've got Lucy at the Minack Theatre. They've received a plaque. And they've given us some tickets that are going to be up for winning grabs. So make sure you comment and share these posts and all that, because at some point we're going to do a randomizer and pick the people to win some prizes. So that's really important. We want to build our reach. There's James doing his call sign. I think he was telling me to phone him. But if you see that vehicle out and about, give him a thanks, give him a bit of a tolerance and patience, because they're probably trying to find me. And then the Lamorna Village Hall. They do get a plaque, but we're going to do something really special with the Queer Colony and Cornwall Pride to do with that village hall, and to do with Lamorna and the artist and everything down there. So by the end of the year, we're going to do a real celebration down there. And I think that's really important. So thank you, Matthew, and the others that reached out about that. And there's a beach. That's what a beach must feel like to, like, a baby ant or something. The stones. Why do I think that? I think that's Lamorna Beach. Not a beach I could go over. So we skipped Mousel for yesterday, but we're going there tomorrow for really good reason. And you'll have to watch the news tomorrow night for that. But I visited Codes in Penzance. It was Friday late in the afternoon. They were all busy. So thank you very much to Ben and Laura for coming out and seeing me. Without Codes, I probably wouldn't be doing this challenge. I know there's many people that come together in order to make this challenge work. But Codes are the one that actually sponsor, and they're paying for the fuel. They bought the new motors. They pay for the batteries. They're paying for the cost of the challenge. So none of that cost comes out of the money you're raising. Every penny you put in those buckets, every gift you give on the Just Giving website goes into the air ambulance, because code solicitors are paying for all the expenses. I think that's really important. I think you should give a shout out to Codes in the comment, and you should thank Jenny, the team, Ben, Laura, and Codes all over the county, because they really got my back when it comes to this challenge. So I really appreciate them. And then on to the Jubilee pool. Something I didn't know. There's a heated area of that pool that's done by geothermals. So a pipe going down, cold air, cold water, pipe coming up with hot water. I'm sure it's not that simple. But yeah, you got a nice little warm pool. So I might actually go in there, because I suffer from the cold and I don't shiver or sweat. So I can go into thermal, like, I don't know, hydrotherapy pools or something. But what about that? I wonder if they got a hoist to get me in. That'll be interesting. And then Jenny joined us from Code Solicitors to thank me for the day and welcome me in. So thank you, Jenny. Really, really appreciate that. And I'm going to do one last shout out before I go. We've raised £4,652. That's including the buckets counted as of last Tuesday. Every Tuesday they count the buckets. So a big shout out to all of you for donating. There's some really quite large donators like Haddock's End give us £250, and many, many others that's given us £150. But even the £5, the £1 to £2, that all makes a big difference. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking nearly all day. Anyway, just the air ambulance would not exist. It would not save lives if you do not donate. Or the people donate. Most of you have already donated, but share this with other people and all that. And if you can donate, let's really, in the last week, let's really make a push. Share it with your friends. Let's get 1,000 followers on the Cornwall 500. Let's get my news and all that really out there. And because the weather is turning miserable the next 2 days. And I got to be honest, I'm a bit concerned about the thunderstorms. I'm on tyres, but I've got no metal cage like a car. And I've got 24 volts of batteries, just 300 or 3,000 watts going up a hill, going through the motors. I don't know how attractive I am to a nice lightning bolt. It does concern me a little bit. So, and the rain and the wind. But that's part of it. The air ambulance and all that doesn't decide, oh, it's raining, we won't go out to help. I think that's really important. We've got to get out there. We've got to do this. We're in the last stretch. We've got 180 miles to go. Give me your support. You already do. Share it, like it, comment. And I love you guys. Thank you. This has been, I was going to say it's been amazing. It really has. I've enjoyed nearly all of it. And I'm coming into Truro on the 29th to the nice food festival and the farmers market, 2 p.m. in Truro. It'd be nice to see so many of you there. Take care. I love you. And I will see you tomorrow night after a really interesting start to the trip tomorrow at Mousel.